Now let's go turn in all those delicious foods I made. There's only 3 foods to turn in. What happened to my Meister tarts? I didn't give them all in. What about my cookies? Those are my cookies. So I decided, I was confused myself. What the hell? So I went to check, and it's not here. We can't see it here. We have to go to the library to check out the traits of the item, where the horrible truth hit me. Let's go. I just assumed that they were food, but if we check out the category, they're actually something called dessert, something called dessert, duh, of course they're dessert. But I believe the food that they're requesting only refers to this cooking type, which means that these tarts and cookies will not help at all because they count as dessert rather than food. Which, okay, sure, makes sense. You gotta have your real meal before you eat your dessert, but I should have realized that, or I should have at least checked this, but I completely, screwed up on that front. That really stings me that I made that mistake, because those were a lot of days that I used up to make those cookies and pies. It stings. Also, here's the recipe to make a Danish. No idea where to get alchemy yeast at this point, so no hope of making Danishes yet. They count as food. I thought a Danish was like a sweet pastry. I thought that would be a dessert as well, since there's this dessert category separately, but on to better things. Check out the traits on this siphon rod. It absorbs some damage as health, it adds 10 speed, which is a net of +5, because the current staff adds +5, and it increases our medicinal knowledge. So, just a great new weapon. And what I decided to do, rather than sell my old rods, I realized there's this disassemble option at Haggle's place. Now, it eats up 500 money to do this, but, we get an ingot for it, so... yeah, let's do it. Why the heck not? I'm pretty good with cash, so I don't mind popping out these ingots here. They will find some use, I'm sure, making cannons if nothing else. Because the next tier of gear has unlocked. I don't think I show them on this video, but it has unlocked, and they don't need up ingots anymore. They need something a little beefier. So yeah, just again reviewing, just so I remember, we're going to need to make cabbage soup and cloth. I've always done the cabbage soup trick with Ixal, but for whatever reason I'm feeling a little sneaky. I only ever want to do that to Ixal. I'm going to make actual cabbage soup and hand that in for Geo. Not to mention, soup does count as food, so it's not exactly crazy fancy, but we can totally turn this in to, what's-his-face, Sturk. Now, I do think I decided to go and buy some cabbage myself. First I make this cloth, but if you noticed, it was 0.2 days to make cabbage soup, so might as well make a full 5 of them to use up the whole day. So I decided to go turn in the cloth and grab some soup from Ixal. Let's see now. That's that how I pulled this plan off? Yes, indeed. And also, oh, look, beast statues. Might as well turn those in as well. I have to make quite a few of them. Why did I make so many of them? It doesn't matter. Here you go. And here's where my cobalt berries go that I spent good money on, but apparently someone needs them more than I do. So there you go. Now, I do need to make ice bombs for the task as well, not just for this quest here, so that's why we will eventually in this episode, or tomorrow's episode, we will head off to the cave in the mines, which provides snowstones. But first, of course, I get a little bit stuck here doing these SD quests. Again, I can't really help my nature. Because, you know, it becomes a feedback loop. I do some synthesizing, I go turn them in for SD. Turns out there's some new tasks there, and then I work on those, and that requires some synthesizing, and And it kind of balloons out of control, so I think several days do go by with me just doing these SD requesties. I don't know if that's such a good thing, because Game Over is dependent on me doing the Stirk questies. I did say I would do the SD things last, you know, when I said that I'd do my, like, hierarchy of doing tasks, if you remember that. But the thing is, the SD questies also have a deadline on them, so I, like, do have to boogie with those a little bit as well. But, you know, like, tasks like this one will help our main questie. And I know I'm being really annoying here saying questie because it rhymes with SD, but you can't stop me from rhyming with the questie. Oh god, I'm so crazy I went to turn in the soups first.
Looks like you finished a request.
And this one. Hey, another...
Where do you want this stand?
What did I go for this time? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I think indeed I picked this one because Synthesize ZXP up is the next one to get. You know, bonuses to your experience are valuable. Yeah, that's right. Do I turn it in?
Progress.
Yes, I did turn in because I gambled on remembering how many soups Geo needed, which was just one. So, there you go. We are almost up to 3 stars, which I think is the minimum bar for success.
For Stirk? He seemed pretty happy about it. Well, happy for Stirk.
But I'll try to aim for 10 stars again, since I've done so well so far on that front. Another beast statue. Who needs these weird thingies? And how did I get quality 82 on these, by the way? When did that happen? Well, I'm not complaining. So, nothing else I can do right now, except then I notice these. Like I said, I'm like, well, I'm done with quests, but then I notice 2 friend tasks. Gotta make Witch Salve for Leonella and Alchemy Coal for Cordelia, and how could I, like, resist? I gotta do it. Even in my mind at this point, I'm like, oh god, but when I do these, even more tasks are gonna spawn in, at SD's place. But I'm just that kind of person. So, here I start cooking up the Witch's Salve. Leonella wanted 1, but it eats up half a day, so might as well make 2 when we have the supplies as well. Basically, when I'm done with all of this, I'm like really low on all supplies. I think what I'm gonna have to do... This episode we do the, whatchismus calls it, the, mines. I think next episode we will go to the woods again to collect some candied branches for some of our food cooking. Gonna get some spice. Snap into the spice! And then I'll have to swing by the ruins to get some berries and I guess some wolf meat, you know. A lot of stuff. This is challenging just because there's such a breadth of...
Remember that thing Geo wanted?
Oh.
He told me to give you his thanks. Pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, that feels pretty good. But yeah, there's a huge breadth of stuff you can do. So again, there's, you know, we're spoiled for choices here on what we should focus on, which leads in me kind of being a little bit all over the place. Beast statues again? Are you kidding me? I think at this point I was like, okay, no more, because I'm missing 1 beast statue. Yeah. But I think I figured, look, it's month 11, day 2, so that's still quite a few days away. So I think I was like, okay, well, this one I can let simmer, because I'm sure I'll find enough supplies to make 1 more beast statue. I don't have to do it right now. So, at last, we decide to travel, question mark? Yes. For a second I was like, am I gonna go rest because my MP is low? But I'm actually confident that I'm going to manage this area without using any MP on Rorona, so that's why I was like, okay, I'll just travel. So I forgot to do the snow thing, even though it was in my mind that I was going to take care of that. I actually forgot to do that here at the here at the mines thing. You know, we got 3 things to do in the mines. We gotta make the snowstones to make the ice bomb, we gotta explore the mines, and we gotta beat Big Boss before he can create a nation for soldiers here in Ireland. That would be bad for the geopolitical situation here if a rogue state like Outer Heaven were to rear its face within Ireland's borders. But yeah, anyway, I completely forgot. I was like, shoot, I should have done the snow thing first. But no worries, we'll do it anyway. What I'm doing here in the Spirit Path is I decided to go check out that rock again. You know, the boulder that we haven't blown up. Like, our regular bombs did not work on it. And I was thinking, like, maybe it's just a case of I need to get a stronger bomb, maybe? Maybe just a bomb is an entry-level explosive and it's too weak? So, this was a case where I made things a little bit more efficiently than I did in the recording you guys did not see, because I decided, well, if bombs don't work, let's try cannons. And it turns out you can't even use cannons on the rock. It won't let you use a cannon against the boulder, so that was a no-go. But it's not gonna be a bust either, that's why I came here anyway. I do in fact have an item in my possession that might yield some results with that big rock. But first we have to deal with these waves and waves of ghosts. And you keen-eyed folks at home might have noticed that there are green punies spawning in these ghost encounters. Which, by the way, sounds like a ghost hunting show. Is there one called Ghost Encounters? It almost seems like they would have to name one, because there's so many ghost hunter shows on TV, right? There must be one called Ghost Encounters. But anyway, these green punies absolutely count towards the special request from Esty, so this actually is perfect. My original plan was to go to that puny area in the ruins, but it turns out that it's perfectly good hunting for punies here in the mines. I don't actually need to like go to special areas separately for that quest, as you'll see later. Like, I think we killed 4 or 6 of them already, but as you can see, there's plenty of them showing up. So, here we go. It turns out the ice bomb, which we already used for that frozen river, also has the strength to break this boulder. So that's a lot of utility from that ice bomb, huh? So I was super glad that I had that in my repertoire. That was a pure accident. Like I said, I originally meant to just use the cannon on it, but... So this next area has 3 new areas to go to, but now I go back to the snow area to get those ice bomb supplies. And after all, we've used up so many, might as well make some new ice bombs that we're gonna need. There you saw me checking the amount of green punies I've killed. I had reached 6 by the time I came here. And I was getting a little worried, like maybe green punies only spawned in that spirit path. But spoilers, no worries, they're gonna show up in a lot of these encounters while I'm still in the mines. 4 green punies is not gonna be a problem. If only this stupid ghost... Damn it! This ghost is really good at dodging my swings. I don't know how he does it. There we go, see? That, like, immediately made me feel better. Another couple of punies right there. So, that task is basically in the bag already. Feels good. And enemies die easily. I'm a little bit of 2 minds.
Looks like we've won.
Like, this feels very trivial, this combat at the moment, you know? I'm just blasting them away, you know? It's not super engaging, but there is that thing that basic fights in an RPG should go fairly quickly. Like, this would be so much longer and more troublesome if we had to, like, have more like if the fights took longer because they were more demanding. Like, oh my god. Like, in some sense, it is good. Like, I do advocate this to some extent, that regular fights in a turn-based RPG should go by fairly quickly. Otherwise, it's such a trudge, a slog. I guess
Not good enough.
I guess the call there would be, like, the perfect answer would be to make it so that there's not that many encounters, but that they're all, like, kind of meaningful. But I guess there's something leisurely about being able to just, like, deal with enemies, right? As long as you mixed it up with a few difficult fights every once in a while, it feels nice to beat enemies fairly easily. Like, this game's supposed to be a little bit chill to some extent, so it would feel a little bit discordant if the combats were really demanding all the damn time. I'm sure there's an audience for that, like, I understand that, of course, but to my mind, what this game's going for, the feel, it wouldn't fit if they were, like, really, really hardcore, this combat all the time. I don't know. Am I making sense? Am I rambling again? I'm probably rambling again. Anyway, 10 green peonies were taken care of. You probably noticed it there a moment ago. Everything's golden. For my final journey today, I come to this new area we unlocked, which has 3 different paths, my goodness, to check out what we find here. And what we find here are these Denarns, which apparently this is like their hunting ground or something. Because now these Denarns are like aggroing us from off the screen even, kind of far away. It's a little disconcerting after we've encountered them a lot in these mines, and they've always been like really still so far. They've always been stationary enemies. I was actually a little bit surprised, a little bit spooked the first time one of these fellas came running at me. Like, now they're like actual active enemies. That's like a little, whoa, huh, okay. They're still just regular Denarns, which at this point aren't a problem, really. Well, look at this. Boink. Even they do only 1 damage when defending, so yeah. This is nothing really to worry about, really. Boink.
Looks like we've won.
So in that sense, I'm like wondering how my boss fights are gonna go in the future. Like Big Boss, for example. I'm gonna save Big Boss towards the end of this task. Because, you know, all the grind I can get, you know, but I'll need it to defeat the greatest warrior of the 20th century. But it seems like, you know, I'm so over-leveled, maybe I could already take him on at this point? I don't know. Since there's real consequences, and like real consequences for Rorona getting KO'd, which is that we lose a bunch of days as she recuperates, I do want to play it a little safe, even if that feels a little lame, like a little low stakes. The stakes are in the timer. That's how I figure it. Oh god, another Denarn coming at me. Bring it. I mean, of course, I can't really, you know, if the game's gonna throw me regular blue peonies that are the starter enemies, then, you know, what can I say? That's the enemies they want to throw at me? Fine, then I'll have an easy time. That's how it goes. There's a box being guarded, and over here is one of the paths we can choose. Now, I don't want to take this one yet, because I want to explore this area to its fullest, so we'll just jot that down in our memory and worry about it later. Get done with this area. So let's rock, Denarn. Even though it's supposed to be guarding the chest, it's a regular encounter. I thought there'd be a more difficult pattern of enemies. Nah. Super basic. They die. Get knocked down like wheat before me. At this point, I realize that my basket is starting to be quite full. It's up to 55 now, and I still got a lot to explore here. Thankfully, I got this Silkus out of this box, so that's good. And nice, we get snowstones in this area as well. That's great. And check this. This shocked me. At first, I was like, that looks like a path. But it wasn't. But then, the jump mechanic comes into play. This is a path. And up here, at first I was like, this looks like some kind of NPC. Let me zoom in. But then I backed off when I was like, oh my god. This must be him. This must be Big Boss. Who's like some kind of Yakuza dude in this. Obviously, it's not Big Boss from Metal Gear. That's just me being ducky. I would have loved it if it was Big Boss from Metal Gear, and my headcanon, I'm gonna say it is, but yeah, it's some Yakuza guy. which is pretty cool too. So we're gonna just let Big Boss hang out here. Prepare his mercenary empire for a while longer. We'll come back to this area some other day to take him on, but first I gotta finish exploring. So now we're full, and of course, what am I gonna dump out of my inventory? Puny balls, of course, because I still have such a huge amount of them back home. Might as well always dump puny balls when I'm choosing something to dump, for the moment anyway. So over there to the right was another path we could take. Still gonna sit on that because we have one more fork to check out. Oh, and stuff to gather, of course. And it's good stuff. Stimstones and glowgrass. These are things I need. So I'm perfectly happy to have this. I mean, glowgrass counts as plant, which is also great. Less need to go to the forest, I suppose, although I will go there to get some candied branches. Yowzers! This freaking opened up that darn. This is the last encounter of this area, and this is the path I'm gonna pick that these guys are guarding, because it's a path that's being guarded by them, and it's easier for me to remember that I've been here to the leftmost area when I eventually return to this cavern to check the other two branches out, which will probably happen at some point fairly soon, since one of our tasks is to explore this area. But, yeah, what is our episode time at this point? We have 4 minutes left of episode, about, but I don't remember anything substantial anymore happening at this point. Except, of course, Ixel getting Mincing Strike as he hit level 15, that's certainly exciting. So this is the gathering area I pick. Oh, no, wait, there is one more thing that's important, so I'm not going to give my end-of-episode spiel, but I'll just say at this point, this has been an experiment in us recording this. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Here we see this character. This little Moxie kid.
Are you the new owner of this workshop?
Yo, yo, yo!
Yes, I am. Who are you? You should knock before you come in, you know.
Yeah,
You
come
still
on.
look a little lost as an owner. Are you sure you're handling everything okay?
My goodness.
Well, not really, but I don't really have a choice.
The lip from
Well,
this
isn't
kid.
my business. My name is Cole. I'm a merchant. I came all the way here to visit you, so you should buy something from me.
So it's Cole Dueler, the young merchant.
A merchant? But you're so young.
I'm probably more mature than you'll ever be.
What?
Anyway, check out what
Why
I got.
you?
Let me see. Whoa, I've never seen most of these before.
I get them through a special hookup. The owner before you was never interested in buying them, though.
Why would I be? I'm not drunk enough to
Yeah.
give money to some bratty man-child.
This is kind of funny.
I didn't know you were there.
I will admit it's funny that she pops up here.
I don't have time to be sucking up to people who won't pay.
It's the customers who get to choose who they want to do business with. You should remember that.
No fighting, okay?
Huh. So, what do you say? Are you gonna buy something?
Oh, sure.
So, Cole is in fact a traveling merchant. Now, I decided, checking out his wares here, a lot of this stuff is really basic stuff, you know, we can get from regular stores. I don't know about honey, actually. I'm not sure about that, actually. But anyway, poison heads are a little hard to find in the places, and so are snowstones. And I don't even know what original gems are or where we get those, so I decided to buy all of those. You know, might as well get the rare stuff. But not blow my whole budget, obviously. Although in hindsight, maybe I could have bought that honey. Now that I think about it. Oh well. So get this, guys.
Business. I'll be stopping by frequently from now on, so I'll be seeing you.
Cole is gonna be showing up
Cool, right?
every once in a while. We're gonna want to keep the day in mind when he shows up. We'll see it in a second.
Cool. How about C for short? Can I call you C?
You're trying too hard. Just call me Cole, will you? See ya.
Okay, bye-bye, you little ragamuffin.
See? A true brat is he.
Yeah, I kinda lean on that.
Nice.
He's not
I thought it
terrible.
was a cute nickname. C.
Just got a lot of lip. So Cole shows up on the 15th of every month, so we gotta remember that date. Try to be around home when that happens, you know. Well, this is where I call it for the day. We will do synthesizing, turning in quests, and everything whatnot on the next episode. Next episode, I'm going to be recording normally. Again, you know, blind, in the situation, as it were. But, let me guys know how you thought about today's and yesterday's experimental format, where I recorded my dialogue after the fact. I think this was kind of fun in some way, and we certainly got through a lot today, so that feels nice. So I might return to this format, especially if it resonates well with viewers. We'll see. But in any case, I hope this made up for my another screw up, and I hope I will learn from my mistakes, and this won't happen again, god damn it. Well, okay. But no. It happens. This has all been fun anyway for me, and I hope it's been for you. But for now, I had to sign off. See you again next time. Bye-bye!